substance, and so you prepare yourself for it. Like you want a spouse, or you want somebody in the bed beside you.
Yeah, of course, I do.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I also do want separate bedrooms, but I do want to sleep.
But
I do want to.
You create a form. You create a temporary structure, which is you're feeling it to be real, as if it's already done. You create as much as a physical reality as you want. And so, instead of sleeping in the middle of the bed, sleep on one side.
Who farted? That's not me. Even though it's me creating my reality.
You're creating that space for this gap to be filled.
Right.
But you accompany it, you pave the way with such an auspicious feeling. Word for the day: auspicious.
Auspicious. I don't know that word.
It's
auspicious.
Well, it is said
kind of sounds almost like suspicious.
In Eastern thought, it is said that one of the most auspicious sounds that there are,
okay,
or that there is
so what?
Because of the potency of it, because of how it resonates, because of the energy behind it, it is considered that is one of the most profound, provocative, creative sounds that there are, because of what it can accomplish. It means peace, it feels peaceful, it generates, it creates peace.
Right.
Because it vibrates at that level. So I would venture to say that the feeling of relief might be that auspicious feeling. Because when you have a feeling of relief, it means that you're no longer angst, you're no longer impatient, you're no longer worried, you're no longer upset, you're not unhappy. And the analogy again here, or if I may, is you are expecting somebody, you're expecting your a loved one to come home at midnight. And it is now 12:30 and they have not yet turned the key. Well, okay, they're running late. 1:30, 2:30, it's like, this is no, and not a phone call, you're texting and nothing.
Not even a phone call?
Not even a phone
call.
And it's like, here's 3:30 and you're just like, you're twisting, you're like,
You better be alive. You be alive and I will kick your ass.
And when you come home, I'm going to kill you. Right? So the feeling that you have is one of you can't, you're in turmoil, you're in angst, you're suffering. This is the creative process that we go through, that we believe is the road to creating what it is that we want. We're working on it so much, we're not sure we're going to get that job, we can't get the spouse, we're suffering because we're waiting, and we're generating all of these types of emotions that are contrary to creating what we want. 5 o'clock and still nobody.
Okay.
And we believe that we're using all of the tools that we have to create what we want, and there's still nobody in my bed. Right, my bank account is still shy.
Empty.
It's empty. And finally, at 6:01, because you're picking up, you're not going to call 911. 6:01, you hear a click in the key, and you hear the doorknob turn, and this is where the end of the creative process, which is also symbolic of having created the seed, is that you have finished the creative act, if you're understanding my meaning, right? Male and female have copulated, and it is the end of their journey, and there's a feeling of relief. And so sex is also symbolic of how we create.
Okay, let's go back to the key
so
turning
the key turning, and you have a sense
have a relief.
A sense of release and a sense
He's
of
alive.
relief.
And now I'm gonna kill him!
So if we look around, we have a lot of analogies for how to success. It is not one of suffering.
Remember we talked a little earlier about the neurotic nature of our feelings toward other person, just like me as a child was damaged in my childhood, and that a little pinch of pain and suffering is such like a necessary component, you know, in the recipe to cook that love relationship, which is
I don't
not.
know if I agree with that.
It's not healthy.
It's
That's
not
the
healthy.
point. That's not a healthy approach.
You know, there's
and it takes a lot of work, you know, to really kind of rewire myself, rewire and reconsider how things should be, because I can tell you what I accepted as desirable formula of happiness is that with a partner, right, is a friendship plus erotica, friendship plus sex.
Oh, absolutely. I believe that a healthy
And when it
relationship-
comes to friendship, it's that open, trusting, free free relationship where nobody owns anybody, where nobody owes anything to anyone. Free will, free choices, taking care of him taking care of me, not because I have to, but because I want to. Him not getting me upset, not because he has to, but because he doesn't want to get me upset. He wants me to be happy. I want him to be happy. That's what I want. I want two people to be happy together. And going back to the keyhole, yeah, I'm sure there is a story. Stolen cell phone, I don't know, late night fishing or something. But I guess when it's healthy, I would spend my night maybe sleeping.
Well,
Or maybe at least not really eating myself from inside that, he's probably, he does the worst. You know, although what's the worst? What's the worst?
But the point of the story is there is an aspect of relief that comes when what it is that you're anticipating or what it is that
You're receiving
has manifested itself.
Okay.
And so one aspect of teaching by Neville and other, you know, Abraham through the Hicks, is that we reverse. It's a law of reversibility. So rather than feeling angst about what it is that we're wanting, we go to the end and we imagine how it would feel if it were already so.
Received
if it were already a reality. And so we work backwards.
Oh my God, it's gonna be. I'm so happy in that relationship.
Exactly.
It's holding hands. Like I would say it in Russian. In Russian, it sounds so good. You know, весело по жизни смеясь, like joyful journey through the life with laughs, holding hands. You know, again, as two best pals, best buddies, best friends.
Sure.
Unit that us two and then the rest of the world, not necessarily us against the world. No, it's just us and the rest of the world. And of course there's a bunch of my interests and activities and me streaming energy in many different other directions, same as him also. But it's also this voluntary energy exchange and constant open channel. I mean, that's probably the most valuable what I see for myself. Constant open channel. I want to be relaxed and open and free. I want to be free to be me. Be
So we don't create what we want.
100% happy in it.
But we don't create what we want. We create what we are.
Oh, you know what? Oh, another interesting a phrase from the song. We only are what we hate. What would you say about that?
Yeah. Because you're gravitating towards that end. That is your end.
Yes.
Because
wherever
you're putting your energy, because that's what, when you're putting your energies is what we're creating.
Exactly, where focus goes, energy flows. Whatever you hate, you focused on that, and here's your energy, you're feeding it is, whatever it is.
Why am I always recreating that thing that I hate? Because that's what you're focused on, and your thinking and your emotions, what you're having today, it doesn't recede, it doesn't go into the past. That's how we create the future. So we have to be mindful of what our thinking is and the level of emotions that we're lending to our thoughts. And it's not just thoughts, it's an idea, because it said that we have at least 60,000 thoughts a day. Who can manage that?
Who can count that?
So it's more
and I'm sure women have like 2 times more than men, because they compartmentalize, like they're focused on one thing. Me, I'm like, if man has box for this, box for this, box for this, me, I have a rubber bag for everything, like a soup. And of course, 60,000 thoughts. And when we practice yoga, for example, or meditate and help ourselves to focus and we set intention, right?
Intention is very vital. That's your goal setting.
That's where we help ourselves create that exact reality. Although it's so easy to get distracted. I mean, at least for me, I know that I'm getting distracted easily. I guess I'm not that strong yet. I need to be a little stronger.
If you say so.
Well, I know that I'm like we call it, I don't know if you have this expression in Russian, I mean in English. In Russian it's a желтороtik, a yellow beak. A yellow beak, those little chicks, they just hatched out of the eggs. And their beaks are yellow. So when you call someone a yellow beak, you can kind of tell them that they're green, that they're just the beginning, that their feathers is still a fluff, you know. I don't feel like I'm in that like fully, developed, fully shaped. I'm not ready for the flight yet, I don't think, but
you're on your way.
I'm on my way. I'm learning.
It's a learning process, and it's an unlearning process as well.
But it's so interesting when you first said about the past. Yeah, we drag whatever it is, all our feelings and thoughts and experiences, all of our past. It's us right now.
It's what we're most comfortable with. Because it's our story, and we tend to say that the story, that's me. And
that's my story.
That's
my story. My story. I own it. Yes, my story is me. Whoever I am, I am because of everything that I lived through and accumulated. And yet, my future. When you would be building a vector, from the point of now to the future, at every given moment it can change, because I'm willingly having my feelings and thoughts under control, redirecting, even though if I maybe had disappointing experiences, even maybe I have, which I had disappointing experiences in the past, I don't have to live my life and think of my future based on that previous experiences. I don't have to expect that in the future I will have same pain and same disappointment that I had in the past, which leads me to another new statement, that every given moment, it's a choice. It's always about the choice, what I'm choosing to focus on. Not necessarily that I am who I am with everything that I've lived through, but what I'm building, what I'm creating, how I'm moving forward, what I imagine for myself is something new and different. and maybe even something that I don't even know. Maybe it's something, maybe I wish to have something I've never had before. I don't know how it feels. I can only imagine how it feels.
This is the importance of the imagination, because if you...
Einstein said, an imagination can take you anywhere.
But not just that. When we consider that there's nothing that was ever created that was not first imagined, let me say that again.
Yes.
There's nothing that we can perceive that was ever created.
That was not first imagined.
That was not first imagined.
Because first someone thought of it. Someone, what if it will be a will? Yes.
So what is it that we're imagining, and we must pay attention to what it is that we're imagining, the amount of energy and intensity of feeling that we're lending to that imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we plant these seeds always manifest.
Absolutely. That's what I call my life a garden. Mm. I call my little business, even this right and wrong and everything, it's a garden. Gotta be patient, gotta put a lot of work and love in it before I will see a first garden, a first harvest.